I was very fortunate. I had two older brothers. I'm the youngest of six, but I had two older brothers who got involved in racing, and I just followed them through really. They started in Ireland, and then I came to England for summer's holidays with my brother Brian, and I just went from there really. So yeah, when you're young you want to be a jockey, and that's what you want to do, but I soon realised I probably wasn't going to be very good at that. So I was lucky in that I've always enjoyed the training of the horses. I had a few rides on the rules and point to pointing, but I soon realised that I wasn't going to be a jockey, so training was the next best option. I was head lad for Nigel Twiston Davis for 18 years, and from there, even while I was working for Nigel, I was training some point-to-pointers, and that sort of got me into the training side of it as well. So, you know, I was a head lad, assistant trainer at Nigel, so that's where my grounding comes from. Yeah. I had a very good start with Tim Foster, Captain Tim Foster. I learned a lot there. I met a lot of good people there. That's where I started. You know, they were very sort of great years for me. It was where I sort of grew up. You know, 16 when I went to the captains. I was there till I was 19. So it was a great time. And obviously Nigel Twiston Davis's. You know, I learned an awful lot at Nigel's. I went there, and it was probably 40 horses there at the time. The yard just grew and grew. And I suppose the thing with there is I learned how to deal with a big yard and big staff, and you know, lots of owners and stuff, and big race days. So that was there. But look, personally, I've always had a great family around me, so they've been a huge influence as well. Varied, yeah. So, and if you're a trainer with teenage daughters, it can be varied as well. So, but I'm very lucky. We have a fairly simple routine. Get to the yard about 5:30, 5:45 in the mornings. Do the riding out list. Kevin, Dave do the feeding and stuff. Then we have a cup of tea and we have a chat about the day ahead and the horses and anything that maybe they'd be concerned about that hasn't eaten up, or different little nicks and cuts and niggles. So we talk about that. So I'm very lucky in that, you know, I've always described myself as a small cog in a big wheel. So I've got obviously my partner Sally, who's a big part of the whole setup as well. Trained in her own right, and then we sort of joined yards about 3 years ago, and then you know, got the two head lads, Kev and Dave. They do all the feeding and they run the yard basically. You know, they organise all the staff and stuff. Paddy's a great help. Paddy, Connor, Liam and Max are great help with the entries and stuff. And I got a really good chap called Neil Jukes, who comes in on the Monday and Thursday, helps with entries. You know, there's so many people. You know, Dr. Simon does all the social media, who you met this morning. Like, without, you know, the doc, our message wouldn't be out there really about what we are and what we do. He's a fantastic person to have around the place. And Chris Coley, you know, Chris is here and just makes endless cups of teas and coffee and looks after people when I'm busy doing declarations and stuff. You know, so everyone's got a role to play. And I'm very lucky with all these boys and girls here that, you know, they all do it because they love horses, and you know, it's all going really well for them at the minute. Size is one thing, and their breeding, not so big on conformation as other people are. You know, obviously it's important to a certain degree, but you know, if a horse turns in or, you know, doesn't move the best, it doesn't always put us off. But yeah, I suppose they've got to be athletic. They normally progress from hurdles to chases, but day to day they're trained exactly the same. It's about getting them fit, and then getting them jumping, schooling wise, you know, before they run and stuff. But yeah, the basics are the same, just getting them fit. Normally we'll say sort of 3 months from when they come in from the field to when they'll have the first run, which is, you know, thereabouts. A couple of weeks steady around the roads, walking and that around the roads, and then steady cantering. You build up to working them and schooling them, and then hopefully 12 weeks down the line, you know, they're ready to run. Some will take 10 weeks and some will take 14 weeks, so that's just knowing your horses. But I've always thought it was important, but I've realised since we moved to Ravenswell Farm what a benefit it is. And probably not as much for the horses as it is for the boys riding them. We've got an all-weather schooling strip, which we used to only school twice a week, but we're probably schooling 4 days a week now. And I think, the novice chasers, we've had 4 runners novice chasing. I think we've had three winners novice chasing. And I think it's down to the boys having the confidence in their jumping. And yeah, and it's a big asset to us, yeah. I'd like to win the Gold Cup. That's probably the one. We live so close to Cheltenham, so to have a Gold Cup horse would be fantastic, yeah.